I'm sorry. I love you.
We won't want you to be included.
Watch out when you walk out. There's knives.
I love you too. Do you want to reintroduce it so they think I know how to play the song?
I'll reintroduce the song. Okay.
Welcome to hell.
All right. My name is Natalie Farrell. I'm here with Lou Panico, and we're going to sing some originals for you, starting with Fake Authenticity. Hope you enjoy. Tunnel vision drive, staying focused, but I cannot see the world that's surrounding me. Stuck on autopilot, all my colors fading, my clouds are blue. Too busy trying to be you. With these frames I'm giving, rose-colored shades, dotty eyes creeping, getting close to conforming. No, it's my decision, but I stay hypnotized, stuck in my head, hustle as I fantasize. What am I supposed to do if you can see me? Playing the game for fools, that's what's trending. Find my own identity for me, fake authenticity. Am I supposed to be only meant to be? With fine dining, bougie outfits sound all nice to me. Media's fucking me up. What happened to a real originality? What am I supposed to do if you can see me? Playing the game for fools, that's what's trending. Find my own identity for me, fake authenticity. Get me out of this funk. Get me out. Get me out of this funk. Get me out. Get me out of this funk. Get me out. Get me out of this funk. Stuck in a daydream. Get me out of this scene. I gotta say, I gotta vent, get this off of my chest. It's a really bad feeling, all emotions a mess. Though I really give me credit, nothing more or less. It's a sad scene, when it's getting highly obsessed. Fuck this media platform, can I please attest? See, just got word of mouth, now it's on the past. Oil's up, no one showing life is really a mess. Bonafide my ass, now put it to rest. What am I supposed to do if you can see me? Playing the game for fools, that's what's trending. Find my own identity for me, fake authenticity.
Good.
Hello and welcome to the Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast. I'm Matt. That's Jeff.
Hello.
And tonight we got Natalie Farrell.
Yay.
It's Farrell.
Natalie
see?
Farrell.
Wow.
Sorry.
Golf clap now. Thank you.
I did.
You keep fucking up
I
everybody's
fuck up
name.
everybody's name. Who was
all right,
it?
you're not
Who
the
was
first
Who was the
person.
first one?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, what's her name?
Diane?
Diane from Asbury Park Vibes. I actually called her Dawn.
No,
Diane DeMeo.
we love Diane.
Oh, I do too, but I was just like, this is Dawn, because I was talking about my friend Dawn right before we got on, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
It's all right. It happened. I've been called Nicole before. I'm like, wow, you're.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Where?
At my job.
New Cole. Could
We're
be
not gonna
a
go
new
there.
girl.
Hey, Nicole. It's all right.
The one that starts with an N.
Am I going to get a raise? Okay, yeah, it's fine. Nicole. Whatever. I don't care.
Yep. Call me whatever you'd like.
Why don't you introduce your partner here and give a little history
Yes.
on yourself and your music career?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have my partner Lou Panico here. He plays bass for my band, the lovely Natalie Farrell Band. He's 1 out of 4 of the Dream Team. We also have
Fern, who is our guitar player. He also plays as Boza Fern. He's another local. Super awesome guy. And then we have Joshua Van Ness, who is our drummer. And he plays with a bunch of other bands as well. But we are, like I said, the dream team. And we've been going at it for about 8 years now. So
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm asking myself.
But looking
She's
at you
not
I'm looking at you.
for confirmation.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 8 years. It started out with me and my guitar player, Fern. We were a duo for a while. And then I met Lou, and he came into the band because he soon enough became my husband.
So he didn't have a choice.
Downhill from there.
There's no coming back.
And now he's stuck.
Welcome to hell.
And that's how it all began. And our drummer found us in 2019 through an NJ.com article. It was like 31 artists that you should check out and stuff like that. And he reached out to us, and he kind of completed the band after that. We've just been going ever since. So
Well, that's good. You got some stability in there.
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
absolutely.
Stability.
Stability. That's what
Okay,
I
it
said.
sounded like you started that.
Me, I might have. I'm not gonna lie.
Terrible.
It's possible.
Sorry. I'm sorry for our, patheticness.
No need to be sorry.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You
It's your
seem,
dynamic.
you guys seem very stable.
Sometimes we have our moments.
Fool you. Good is dumb. Sorry.
That's why evil wins.
About that much left.
Jeff's drinking wine again, by the way.
Yeah, well, it works. It works out great. So, okay, we got your history. What do you guys have out? Where can we find you?
Ooh. You can pretty much find us on any major streaming platforms.
Spotify?
Spotify,
Okay,
iTunes, Apple Music. All that good stuff, really. Yeah.
Is that all you have?
Find us there. Spotify.
Like, can I listen to you? Yes. Okay. We're
Yeah.
good.
You can listen to us.
No,
Definitely.
it's actually a side joke. I actually beat him into submission. He
I
refused
hate
to put this
Spotify.
on Spotify.
Hate it.
Really? That's like our main platform.
Oh, I get it. I just rail against it because they're the largest and they pay the least.
I know.
and,
I get
and
it.
it's bullshit.
I get it.
Yeah.
100%.
Like for the first 2.5 years of this podcast, you could find us anywhere they did podcasts except Spotify. And it was only like 2 or 3 months ago I finally gave in.
You
and
have
I was
to.
like, fuck it, we'll put it on Spotify.
It's all right.
I respect it.
I respect it.
It was a personal vendetta. And I was standing my ground.
I get it. I totally understand.
It's a pride thing.
You did the right thing, though.
So moving forward,
We'll see. Time will tell.
Instead of saying all major streaming platforms, can we say something cooler? Like, can we make up a new phrase for that?
Go
Like,
for it.
I said
Coin
we
it right now.
collectively.
Oh, we
call
want to do.
them,
Okay, so let's put our heads together. So,
Yeah, that's what
all
I'm
right,
saying.
it's streaming. Is it really a platform? So maybe it's a streaming bowl.
Ooh.
Where a bunch of fish swim and go belly up.
So everyone die. All the fish die.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't want to be in that.
I don't know how
bowl.
much time I have left then.
It's a pretty big bowl. You just got to fight for air.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
we're
like
used to
swimming
that.
with the dead fishes personally.
Why don't you just kill the other
Well, it's
fishes?
because you gotta think of it as the big fish.
You
That's
gotta be,
how it
you gotta be
works.
the big fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
You gotta eat the other fish.
You're seeing the cup half empty, not half full.
Or the bowl.
Or the bowl.
You gotta be the apex predator. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Okay, so all right.
I mean,
so not a
Natalie, I
platform.
tell you, I don't really like fish. I don't really eat a lot of fish.
Crabs,
You
lobster.
No, yes, I do like
Lobsters,
shellfish,
yeah.
and I like sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you give me like an actual fish
I
on a
can't.
plate, I'd be like,
No
no,
salmon
thank
for
you.
him. No cod. No.
Oh, God.
No cad. That's like a Peter Griffin.
No
cad.
branzino.
She just went total Boston on this thing. She's like, hold on, I gotta go right out to the car.
Oh, here we go. All right, so you guys have some releases out. Let's talk about
On
them
all major streaming platforms.
on all major streaming
All
bowls.
the streaming things.
You gotta chill today.
No.
No, he has permission to do whatever he wants.
No.
This is
No.
our house. We make the rules, all right?
We did this the last time. Just know your limits.
The band is Natalie Farrell, not Lou Panico, so I must shut my mouth.
You're gonna be in trouble, mister.
I'm already in trouble.
At least you know
Just
this.
wait till we get to the
You
car.
gotta embrace it, you know?
I'm gonna take my belt out.
Yeah, you're not even wearing a belt.
When we get home, I'm sure there's a belt there.
There's a belt somewhere. I've got plenty.
She's like, I'll find something.
Let's talk about your.
We're off to an amazing start.
It's awesome. I love it. I love every second.
It's always
of it.
good when it goes off the rails right off the start. Those are our favorites.
I'm here for it, definitely.
Okay. Let's talk about your writing process and studio. You know, how you guys approach it, how you do all this stuff. Then we could go back off the rails and talk about bowls
Love
and
it.
fish dying,
Fish
belly
dying
up,
and us being-
starving for air, or maybe shellfish. I'm sorry. I love you.
We won't watch it being food.
Watch out when you walk out. There's
I
nice.
love you too.
Oh man! All right, so our writing concept, it changed a couple of times. I think when it was just me and Fern in the beginning, it was a lot of impromptu. So, for example, the first time I ever met Fern was at an open mic, and he kind of just came up to me and said, "Can you improv some lyrics and play to whatever, sing to whatever I play?" And I was like, "Sure, okay, I could try." But it was really cool because what ended up coming out of it was our debut single, "Exhale." So we didn't even know that we wrote our first song at an open mic right off the bat. So pretty much that songwriting process continued that way. I mean, Fern did a lot of the instrumentation process and all of that, and then I would improv and we'd go back and forth. I do a lot of voice memos to kind of get the melody in my head, and then we'd all get together at one point and finalize everything. I think as each band member kind of came through over the years, we did almost the same concept, except we spent more time in the studio together, and it was more of dissecting what belongs where, what we should take out, et cetera, et cetera. Some songs I just wrote on my own on the guitar, and then I brought it to the band and said, how can we beef this up and make it sound super much bigger than what it was? And yeah, I mean, it's weird. It changes every time. I mean, there's always new producers you want to work with, or just try new things in general. And we did that with our last EP, Mantra. I worked with my producer, Russell Hayden, and I worked solely with him on the album, and then brought in the guys after to throw in some live instrumentation here and there. But yeah, I mean, there's no set way, really. It's just we go with whatever is working for us at that time frame. Okay. So, you want to add to that?
He goes,
Yes.
I just do what I'm told.
And he was told.
Speaking as a band member, I will say that my personal enjoyment when it comes to the songwriting process, and I don't want to speak for the rest of the band, but I feel like the band as a whole thoroughly enjoys the live performance aspect. Yeah. So whatever happens in the studio kind of happens in the studio. That's its own magic. Mm-hmm. Whether every band is participating in that songwriting process or it's just Natalie and the producer, to us it doesn't really matter as long as she's happy and proud of the song, right? Then we get to bring it on stage and figure out how to play it live, and to us that's super exciting.
Yeah, okay. I mean we've also had our drummer Joshua. He wrote some songs too, and we took some of his music and rearranged it into what became, for example, Fake Authenticity. Mm-hmm. So I mean there's different dynamics, but getting to his point, the best part about doing it live is that it never always sounds exactly like the studio version when we're playing live, which is what I really, really like, because then it kind of opens the doors for, audience or new fans to come in and be like, wow, I didn't know that there was so much more dynamic that we could
even for
expand
the old
on.
fans, they come in and it's just something a little newer.
Exactly. Yeah. It's always new. It's forever changing. We're always trying to be innovative when it comes to live performances. And I think that's what we do best as the band. I mean, I personally love the performance aspect out of everything as far as being a singer, songwriter, all that kind of stuff. And I think when we all come together on stage, it's just pure magic, and we're like, this is this.
Okay.
So her latest release, Mantra, very pop driven, right? And there's not actually many real instrumentation going on in most of the tracks, right? Yeah. You don't even really, fake drums, all this stuff. Yeah. It's what everyone listens to on the radio. And the songs sound great, and the songs are awesome, and the EP is very good. But now you have a rock band playing these pop songs live, so it's what do you do? And that whole process of trying to figure that out, and okay, how do we represent the song in the way that it is on the album, so when people come to the show, they're not like, what the hell is this? This doesn't sound like what I listened to on the way here.
Well, it's like taking a square peg and squeezing it through that round
exactly,
hole.
Yeah. But but then adding kind of that rock live band element to those pop tracks, I feel like is pretty fun. And I feel like it brings a whole nother element of the performance to the shows.
Definitely. So. I think that's also why we released our live album a couple of years back because we started to realize that's what we were doing without even knowing it. I'd like to do another live album soon because we've
Let's do it.
gotten
Let's
so
do
much
one
more
right here.
songs in our discography, and yeah, it's just, again, it's forever changing, and I think that's what I like about it. We're very adaptable to change.
See, that's cool too, because we've noticed in the digital age where all you need to do is have a laptop to make a record. There's a surge in bands that put out all these songs, and you're like, oh, that doesn't sound bad, and then you go see them live, and you're like, oh,
that sounds bad.
yeah, like, you guys don't know what you're doing. Like the Pro Tools helped you a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. And that's a bummer, but I mean, I also get it. Some people are out there, they're like, I don't care if I suck, like my music's out there, and they have more followers than us. I don't know how they do it. But
I don't get it either. But like I said,
it's the
even for like
world.
people that are like super talented and truly deserve that recognition, like in today's day and age, you got to push through so much shit just to even get heard.
Yeah, and the
100%.
struggle's real too. So you might be an amazing singer, right? And you get with somebody that has a computer, and you put together some songs and you release it. But then it's like you get a show offer, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll take the show. I want to play. Finally, I get to play a show. And then you're like, oh wait, I got to figure out how to now perform this in front of these people, and I need a band. And who do I know? Do I even know? There's a drummer. Like, can my bass player make the show? Is my guitar player available? So it's a multi-step process.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. So respect to everybody out there doing it.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it ain't easy.
No. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Oh wait, they ain't doing
I mean,
it.
they are doing it.
They're doing it, but now it's getting to the point where they say this is the easiest compared to what it used to be, but now it's just getting harder because
I think it's the easiest to get your music out there, but it's probably the hardest to get heard because there's such an oversaturation of music.
So many
content.
dead fish in that
you're
bowl.
back in the
I was
fishbowl.
just gonna go. All those fucking
Literally.
dead bodies floating to the top. You know?
Come back around. Come back around.
Yeah, that's how it works, but you learn to live with it. I don't know. Here,
I'm sorry. I was just thinking. I was like, oh yeah. I was like one of the like floating up to the top, gonna die, and I just grabbed the line and said bye. I'm out of this fucker.
bye.
Bye. What? Why do you look at me?
Why
Like
would you do that? Bye. Why?
that? The wine made me
That's
do it.
true.
Good mood. Take advantage. Like, what's the matter with you? Now you're gonna piss
That's
me
strong
off.
of me.
Anywho,
Yeah. So
We bicker like an old married couple. It's all right.
I love it. All good.
So all right, live performances now. So like, how do you guys go about? Is there like rehearsal times? Is there like get this fucking right before we go play because it's not you guys
You're
playing.
fired.
Okay, so
Or you'll get the belt again.
wait, hold on real quick. I'm going to go with you obviously because you seem very leader. You're the boss. So
She's the boss.
how many people
We've
have you
established
fired?
that.
One,
Nice.
That's true. Yeah.
Nice.
just one, and it was
Awesome.
Wait.
it was awesome, but it was also
She took him to the diner.
it was very very.
That's what I was going to
necessary.
say. I was going to use the diner story.
You got to give the corporate answer. He fired himself.
He fired
Okay,
himself.
he fired
He
himself.
absolutely
He was let
did.
go.
Yeah. I don't want to go into too much detail.
No, don't. Let's
but
not do that. But did
we're
you
not going
take-
to do that. But it
let's
was.
name names.
His address is.
Social security number. You
And I
know.
probably know where he is right this second. If you want to just go and creep. No, it was.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you say something about crepes?
creep. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it sucked. It definitely sucked, but it was absolutely necessary, and I felt a huge weight lifted off my chest once that happened.
Where
so.
did you do it? At a rehearsal? After a show? Take them someplace to get like mozzarella sticks?
See, it's really, really complicated, so I don't even know. What was it?
Did I sign the
Probably
NDA? Am I allowed to talk about this?
By the side eye you just got? No, you're not.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I think he saw it coming for a little bit. We had plans to go into New York to record our next album. And at first it wasn't going to happen because we didn't have our drummer or our guitar player, our original guitar player available. Because at that point I wanted to have two guitar players, and whoever's not available, we'll kind of, swap out for shows or whatever. And then ultimately, it got to a point where Fern was like, "Hey, I'm taking on a lot of gigs. Maybe for the next few months, you should get a new guitar player." So we did. And, you know, it worked out for a while. There were circumstances where red flags were raised, and we just kind of chose to continue on with the process.
He wants to hear the details.
What alerted you of said red flag?
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm thinking red flags, and I'm like, oh, ex-girlfriends. I remember. Oh, yeah, that was a red flag. So, like, what the fuck red flag did fly for you?
Question about your ex-girlfriends.
Yes.
How many of them had overwhelming daddy issues?
We gotta go check the
All of
gravestones in the back.
All of them?
Yeah, I mean, I loved vanilla and daddy issues, so.
You would have loved our guitar player.
No, okay, great.
No, we say that because you guys know John Caspi from John Caspi and the First Gun.
No, I don't think so.
He came on here and he had the best because anytime he would fire somebody, at practice he'd be like, "After practice, we're gonna go to the diner," and he'd like take them and sit them down at the diner and buy him
my
dinner.
gosh.
And like, we're gonna have to let you go.
Smart man.
But at least you got a meal out of it, you know.
Well, no, it was like we were saying, like mozzarella sticks, but he would take the fucking marinara sauce. Like,
Evil.
you just get that. You know?
I love it.
That's your sign.
And then you
There's
gotta-
your red
And then you
flag.
have to dip it in ketchup.
That's gross.
I mean, I wish I had the opportunity to bring this person to the diner. I think I'll give you a little
you
bit
want
of
to
the
blast
He was deserving of the diner.
Free delicious beer from Anna Bergen.
I don't
Tastes great. Thank you.
Look, long story short, he got really pissed. He found out we went to the city anyway, and
Did he or whatever it is agreed not to go to the city? Or
no.
voted not to?
No, that's kind of how we realized things were changing. We took a different guitar player to the studio.
Well, no, our Fern was
He's like,
available.
Oh, yeah, our main
He's like,
guitar
one of
player.
these
And I
things
said,
just doesn't
why
belong
would I
here."
take anybody else over the guitar player that we know best? It's very limited right now with his availability. I'm going to take advantage of this and bring him in for this recording. And
That's
it was
for being number 2.
yeah, well, it was very last minute. It wasn't like we were purposely. It was just like, this is quick. Let's do it. And I guess
You're not going to give any of the juicy details?
Well, here's a juicy detail.
Yes.
And if
Yes.
it bites
Peer
me
pressure.
in the ass later, then it is what it is,
Natalie
but-
loves reality TV. So for those who don't know,
this is perfect.
She's
This is
Bravo,
just like
she's Real
it.
Housewives, she's Traders, and she's telling the story. And in my head, I'm like, girl, like you can tell the story way better.
We need ratings. Come on.
Oh my
yes.
god.
Like you heard it here first.
Well, long story short, okay, all right. So this is a grown ass man.
Do you think that person's actually going to listen to
I
this?
hope not.
I don't think so.
Grown. Just don't put it in your reels as like a highlight for me to collab with you on.
Note to self: clip this out for reals.
No social media. Just leave it in your podcast where it's like hidden in the hour length that we've got. But yeah, no, he was 21 and he had an attachment with his parents, and his parents were at every rehearsal, always dropping him off at gigs, always in the premises.
So he was
And-
a man child, is
So,
what
Yeah,
hold on.
pretty much,
So there's a
but-
difference between, oh, I'm getting dropped off at the rehearsal or at the show. Cool, totally fine. Versus I'm going to rehearsal with my parents. They're going to sit in on the rehearsal and they're going to give feedback on the rehearsal.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we doing
And
here?
sometimes we'd have rehearsal, like if it was an acoustic show or something, I'd just have him come to our apartment, and his parents came and sat in my goddamn living room, and it
Was it clean?
It was. I'm always. We're always
okay.
good. We're
Okay.
good. But it got weird, and it got to a point where he kind of reached out to us to try to separate from his parents, and we gave him some input, and we said, we understand, and if you want any advice, let us know, and we're here to help you. We kind of did the whole band thing, like, we're here for you, bud. And he went back and told his family everything that we said, and he was like, don't ever talk about my parents to me again. And we were like, whoa, what is happening right now? Like, the tables are turning. What is going on?
It's like a soap opera.
Yeah.
it was like a soap
It was.
opera.
His mom wouldn't look at me once after that.
Because, I guess I'm reiterating, but correct me if I'm wrong, he expressed how he was feeling a little strange that his parents were so, helicoptery on him the whole time. So when he mentioned that to us, we were like, hey, we feel you. We kind of see it too, blah, blah, blah. And we thought we were giving him advice and trying to help him as a person, you know? And I guess everything we said, I guess then he went back and just basically told his parents what we said.
Maybe they hit him with like truth serum. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, maybe anything's possible.
And it was bad.
But it blew
and
my
then there
mind.
was was like Facebook comments and
that's what I'm
social
getting to.
media comments.
So this is how it ends. This is how it ends.
All right.
This is how it ends.
So hop into the end here.
So long story short, he found out about us going into the city, and him and his father posted all over on our pages, our Facebook pages, my dad's Facebook page, and texted my dad because my parents would come to shows and support, and I guess they somehow got each other's numbers at some point, whatever the case is. My dad ended up calling me and was like, what is going on right now? And I was like, what is that? We're grown ass people. And
as if her father would pick the side of somebody that's not the daughter.
Exactly.
It's like, what are you doing?
And that's when I was like, we're done. We're absolutely done. I can't do this anymore. And he texted me before I even got to him. He was like, I can't believe this. And how could you do this to me? And blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, man, here's your last payout from the last show. It was very nice knowing you. I don't think this is going to work out going forward. But I wish you the best.
Going. You could have had your own reality show.
I wasn't mentally prepared to handle that. I'm Puerto Rican and Irish, so I lose my patience after a certain.
She gets drunk and stabs people.
I will.
How you doing?
Look at me.
He had a choice. I mean,
how many times have you tripped and fell on the scissors?
You ever wake up and just have this little mark on your arm? Like, what the fuck?
all right.
No comment.
He had a choice. Really? Those eyes do not say choice.
He had a choice prior. He put the ring on it. But he's okay. He's healthy. There's no wounds. There's no scars.
She doesn't leave any marks.
Visible.
I'm emotionally fine.
She just leaves emotional scars. That's all.
He's fine.
Fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry. It's all fine.
No, for the most part, like I have a threshold, and it takes a very long time for me to get there. But once I'm there, it's like, no, I'm done. And that's pretty much what happened with this kid. So
that's like with the vibe with you two. Like, I know me being in a band with my wife, like, I just know I'm way too good at pushing her buttons. Like, it would just get bad real quick.
Oh, he pushes my buttons.
That's got to be a tough thing to kind of to balance.
It's a job.
Yeah.
It's a job.
We've talked about it. We work very well together for the most part, and it's weird because most people are
It's like for the most part.
for the most part.
So there are moments like tonight where it's like, oh, I'm going to do this podcast, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool, like, you don't want me to talk, right? And she's like, no, come on, you're going to play guitar and you're going to do this stuff. And I'm like, all right. I was like, we'll see how long this lasts until you tell me to shut the fuck up.
You know what it is? We're both dominant type A personalities for sure, but he has a certain level of excitement, and sometimes I have to be like, hey, like, just calm down for a minute, or like, hey, don't cut off this person. I know you're getting excited, but like, let's finish what just started here. And sometimes I have to remind him that, and it works. I mean, we work together very well. Sometimes it's like, hey, I appreciate your input, but like, you know, at the end of the day, it's my band. Can you take a step back and like let me? And he's good like that. He's like, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So
There's a dynamic that we gotta work with.
I've been playing in bands since I was like 13 years old. Mm-hmm. So I've once she and I started playing together, it's like, oh, okay, well, I can book you this, I can do that, I can introduce you to this person. And I'm like playing like the manager without even trying to play the manager. And eventually she was like, listen, this is my band, not your band. Stop. And I go, I get it. Totally get it, because I do that. I do that totally.
But I do ask him still till this day for insight. Like, hey, can I get your opinion on this? Because he does have a background that he has been doing for a lot longer than me, and he's toured, he's been signed to record labels, he's done the whole thing. So I do really appreciate his input. I think as a female lead in a very male-dominated band, because it's all guys. Sometimes
industry.
And the industry too. I feel it's very important for me to put my foot down sometimes, regardless of who the person is, and respectfully. But you know, I like to send that reminder of like, this is my project. This is something like I feel very passionate about, and I want to be able to hold that ground when it comes down to I guess talking over me, or because I've been in studios before where it's like it's my song and people are talking over me. I'm like, is this my song anymore? And then it kind of feels belittling. And it's nice to have my husband and my bandmates to be like, no, what you say goes. Like, you make the last call. It's like, it's not a dominating, like, yes, I get to have this. There's a little bit of that, but it's not like, there's like a very, very little, but for the most part, because I really, really love my band. Like, they're literally family at this point.
I really love that they listen to me and do what the fuck I say.
As a fellow bass player, I feel for you, because we take unusual punishment that we shouldn't. So.
I will tell you that, unfortunately, my parents are no longer available to come to rehearsals. So they got banned. My parents aren't coming to the rehearsals anymore.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Sorry, guys.
No parents allowed. I'm sorry. Can't happen.
So rough.
It's time to
You gotta have your ground rules.
And the person and the dude who didn't come to the studio session in New York, it was me. It was me the whole time. I'm the one that got fired.
That's why she didn't name you.
That's why I brought him here today. That's why he's here now. Definitely, absolutely.
You're going to make it up to me right now.
No, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
Agreed.
Okay, so I got a question, and I like doing this, especially when there's couples on the podcast and stuff. So you're in the studio. Okay, you have an idea. You have an idea. You have to make a decision right this second. Whose side are you taking?
Mine.
It's her band.
And that's what I like, because everybody's always just like, oh, we're a band. Okay, so who makes the final call? Well, I do. Oh, well then, is it really a band?
Well, see, the thing is,
but it's the band is called Natalie Farrell.
Oh well, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not like Natalie Farrell.
You must. I think you guys are like what, the second or third that were like a couple, and it's like the same story. It's like, well, yeah, I'll just cut them.
I think they're the third.
Fucking just shut up.
Colt to She, they were husband and wife.
Yeah.
And
that was great. Their writing session, they got into a fight at home and brought it all the way home.
Nice.
They're writing in the studio, they got into an argument and brought it home with them.
They must have wrote the best song ever then.
And they said it the next day. It was a great song. I was like, that's awesome.
That's how it works. But see, the thing is, even though it comes down to me making the last call, I'm always, even when it comes to our set list, like, hey guys, here's the set list in order. This is what we're doing. Let me know if you have suggestions or if you think we should reorganize, blah, blah, blah. And if they feed that back to me and go, yeah, maybe fake authenticity should be the opener and not mono. I'll be like, okay, this makes sense for this gig, for this venue, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Cool, thank you for your input. Like, it's not like I'm going to be like, no.
I'll take that into consideration as the shredder, just like when it goes on.
Exactly. No, I always say, like, please feel free to give me suggestions, this and that. It's only when it's like an important call and like finalizing the song or before we go and master it and like stuff like that. Or taking the gig. Is it the right gig for us? Is this like, does this make sense for us? That kind of stuff. I'll be like, I'll take an input again, but at the end of the day, I'm going to make the call that I feel seems right on behalf of my band too. If I feel it doesn't work for them and it's not going to work for them, then I'll make that call. I'm always considering them, not just me, if that makes sense. So I think that's what makes the dynamics work so much in that factor. I don't feel like I'm a dictator, and I think that's also why they've been playing with me for so long. So.
You're not the
Look
dictator.
that way when you say that?
No.
I said you're not the dictator, but you definitely you put your foot down when you have to.
Yeah.
Truth be told, in the beginning, and I'm not the only type A personality in the band.
The whole band.
The whole band is type A.
We're all type A's.
And we've all been doing music for a long time with other people before we started doing this project. Yeah. So in the beginning, everybody's excited and wants to throw the logs on, like the coals in the fire, to try to help, to try to get the band moving forward. And I think eventually, when Natalie grabbed hold of the reins and was like, okay, we have some momentum. We're moving in the right direction. Now everyone else, shut the fuck up. There was a moment where that happened and we were like, cool, we will now shut the fuck up. This is your band.
Oh my God, that's awesome. She fucking took the reins and fucking beat it with us.
So going back to what you said about gigs too, is I noticed a lot of bands today, they're not selective about where they play or who they play with, or they'll just take any show that's thrown at them. And they'll play in the same, within a 10-mile radius 4 times in a month, and then wonder why no one's coming out to see them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't... We used to take a lot of gigs, and like Lou said, we were trying to create momentum and this and that and all that stuff. But it got to a point where we we want those fans to come back after not seeing us for a while.
You got to make them want it a little bit. If
Yeah.
you're there all the time, it's just like, I'll catch them on the next
Yeah,
one.
definitely. Like you want that experience to be special for your current fans and maybe even for newcomers to be like, wow, never seen this before. But it makes it all that much more special when you're gone for a little bit working on stuff for them and for yourself too, obviously, as the artist. But you want to make it like an experience, especially when they come out to see you. So it's nice to kind of pull back for a little bit, and even as artists, sometimes we need a break too from like the live performance and gigging and stuff like that. We've been so burnt out before. And
You've been on a break for like 10 years.
No, that's not true. Since COVID.
All right, so 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had to take a break. I lost my voice during COVID. I had to learn how to speak again. I had to learn how to sing again. I thought that was going to be the end of it.
We hit COVID and he learned how to play golf, and all of a sudden, now I can't get him into
That's
shit.
like exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really is. It's fucking aggravating.
It is.
Well, like one thing we've talked about on here a lot is a lot of musicians were on the hamster wheel and just going and going and going and going. And then COVID hit and everybody got off the wheel. And there was a lot of guys that didn't get back on the wheel.
Yeah.
They're like, I kind of like it over here.
Yeah, sometimes it's...
I mean, I like the studio. I'll fucking record. I'll play guitar all day long in a studio. But the second I have to talk to like a promoter or anything, I don't want to do it.
It's frustrating.
I don't even wanna
I get
do
it. Sometimes I put him in charge of that.
Yeah. To me, it's annoying.
It's
Yeah, I gotcha.
It could be a little overwhelming
It's
sometimes,
a grind.
but
Yeah.
it's the grind. Yeah, it's absolutely the grind. But you're right. I mean, during COVID, a lot of people just took a step back, and some people didn't go back to it. Some people, like I watched him during COVID. He wrote all of his songs for his personal project during COVID and finally released them. I was in a weird middle point because of the fact that I had lost my voice. I couldn't do anything, and I was afraid that like, am I going to come back from this, or is this going to work out for us? And
You could have played bass in my band.
He's like, that I could be your
the
boss.
roles
you could
are
have been my boss. Well,
you
there's a
listen to me.
reason why I went out of my way to not let that happen.
I went to vocal training. I went to doctor's specialist.
Yeah, I
This
did.
shit ain't happening.
This shit ain't happening. Well, I did. Believe it or not, I went to speech pathology. I was supposed to go for 6 months. I was discharged after 4 months. It was actually like a real big thing. Our last show during COVID, it was like June of 2020. No words were coming out of my mouth at the show.
Oh.
And we had 2.5 hours, 3 hours to go. And thank Mother Nature, it downpoured within minutes, and our gig was
Oh
canceled.
yeah, it was outside. So then when the show was done, and
but
then
yeah.
it was like, let's get the fuck out.
We gotta go
Before it stops, pack up, get the fuck out of here.
because we're done. It's not happening. But
You didn't say that.
this next one is called Exhale. It is a debut single when I first came into the music world. And it's all about taking a deep breath in, smelling the roses, and appreciating those around you. And you manifest what you ultimately want in life. So here's to you guys. I take my day by day. That's why I'm here to say I'm in. Oh, don't tell me you would want it any other way. Oh, I take a deep breath and I exhale. Yeah, that's how I am living life. I wouldn't give it up for another day. That's why it feels so right to stay. Yeah. Oh, take a deep breath and I exhale. And I'm feeling so alive. Yeah. Feel the energy all over the place. Oh, baby, won't you come my way? Yeah. Oh, 'cause I'm not going anywhere tonight. I'm not going anywhere. That's why I'm here with you, baby. Yeah. Oh, take a deep breath and I exhale. Yeah, that's how I am living life. I wouldn't give it up for another day when it feels so right to say.
my space, walk in my space, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'm not going anywhere. Take a deep breath and I exhale, and I'm feeling alive. Ooh. Take a deep breath.
Like I said, we just saw some guys that were like, I mean, they were like constantly going on that hamster wheel, doing everything, you know, multiple bands, and then as soon as they hopped off, they were just like, you know what?
Because it feels nice sometimes.
It's like it's a rat race, you
Yeah.
know, and a lot of times you're fighting against the tides, and you know you feel like you're not going to get anywhere, and you're just like, fuck it.
I'll tell you what, I want to say, like, life was the hamster wheel, right?
Yeah.
And then COVID happened and everybody had to stop. Yeah. And at first you were like, you were kind of like, I guess I'll just speak for myself personally. It's like life stopped and I realized how much of a grind life is in general. And I was like, I was forced to stop. I wouldn't have stopped. You know what I mean? You wake up, you go, you do your routine, you go to work, you got to do your thing, blah, blah, blah. So when you're forced to stop, I remember being like, whoa, this is what it's like to like stop.
Yeah.
Doing everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's the first time in my life I've ever stopped doing everything, you know? It's like a shell shock. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I loved every second of it. As much as I hated the losing my voice part, but the grind was real. It was like a back-to-back go, 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 go. And just getting that breather was like, okay, I feel like a human again for the first time. We're all allowed to feel human. It's not
so
like
some people took it as like a pause and a reset.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
exactly.
But like I said, some people just fell off and never came back.
Well, to your point, I was in the band at that time, and we never came back from COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we were a band for a few years. We did a bunch of stuff. COVID happened. Obviously, we lost our rehearsal spot because like the band was funding the rehearsal spot. So if we weren't playing, we weren't paying our rent. So it's like, cool, we gave up the rehearsal spot. Now we're just home, stuck inside for a few months. And then eventually it was like things were opening back up and I was getting show offers. And I went to the band, I was like, are we going to do this? And they were like, yeah, no, we're not ready. We're not ready. We're not ready. So I started taking the shows kind of just by myself. And to her point, I was just writing songs.
Yeah.
So I kind of just started my own project out of that downtime. But that I wouldn't have had downtime if the rest of my band at that time was like, yeah, let's keep going. But they all kind of drifted into the background. You know?
It was very easy to do that.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy because it's just like you said, we've been on the hamster wheel and it's like, wait a minute. Like, dude, no lie. I'm doing shots at 10 a.m. I had nothing else to do. I'm like, I'm going to paint this wall. I'm going to paint this wall again. Like, in 2 weeks turned into fucking 4 months. And
Yeah.
you're just like, all right, cool.
See, I only had off 2 weeks and I worked the whole time.
So you didn't even have time to really.
No, I had
Get
2
that.
weeks off. That was it.
Yeah.
The whole
That's crazy.
But I work outside, so it's no big deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely.
You were lucky. You can
Yeah,
keep
you were
going.
lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had my day job, so that worked, and I was able to work remote at the
Yeah,
time.
work
So
from
that
home.
never really stopped, but because of what I was working for at the time, like that kind of slowed down just a little bit, not enough for me to be like, all right, well, we're letting you go now. But that gave me time to sit on the couch, maybe like take a shot. We were
We were supposed
drinking
to get,
whiskey.
We were supposed to get
and-
married.
Yeah, we were supposed
And
to
then
get married
COVID
that
happened,
year.
And they pushed back the wedding
There's
a
a
year.
lot of people like
Yeah.
at that. I was like, I heard that all the time. Pushback.
I will tell you
Yeah.
though, we were like a success story because we had so many friends that were couples and engaged or married, and the COVID.
Once they got stuck in a room
and
with each
COVID
other for-
destroyed their fucking relationships.
I know
Oh,
a bunch of people
wow.
like that.
Yeah.
Once they got stuck and they couldn't get away from each other, they were like, I fucking hate
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that too. I was like, we live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and we got through COVID together.
Yeah,
I was like, how the hell
that's when
do
we
we
knew
do
we were
that?
good. We were like, okay, we're
We're
good.
like, we're fine.
And on the flip side of that coin, there were so many people that were just stuck in places by themselves, just complete solitude.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's.
Sounds glorious.
I was gonna say some days that sounds
You-
great.
it's-
Other days it
yeah,
sounds
You say it sounds good, but after like 2 to 3 weeks of being by yourself and not
Yeah.
talking to anybody in
your own
person,
head.
you know,
Yeah.
it'll get in your head.
Get a fucking golf ball, go out back, and chip it into a tree. You'll be fucking talking to a golf ball. You motherfucker.
Well, yeah, it'd
That's
be like
suck.
you're Wilson.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It'd just be Wilson.
There you go. Oh man.
Tell you, golf will fix everything.
Not true.
It really does.
I mean, I talk to inanimate objects all the time.
I think we all
COVID
do.
or no
I think we all
COVID.
do.
It's just he's always there.
He's like, I can't yell at my wife, so I gotta yell. I gotta yell at the lamp.
No, you yell.
So
at
it happens
the,
being
the
low man
cats.
totem pole.
Yeah.
He yells at the cats.
I tell the cat, don't play the F chord, play the C chord.
Oh no. I mean, I might get cut from her, but okay. So it's 2024. What's the look of the future?
Oh man, so we're in the process right now. I'm taking a little bit of time, not crazy amount of time. I think just life changes recently. It's like, okay, let me take a step back for real quick, kind of get this out of the way.
Well, as you get older, life tends to get in the way a little more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't want that to stop, kind of like what COVID did to some people. I don't want that to be like, okay, this is it. And then like, I kind of just disappear into the void. I'm kind of like, let's do this now. Let's get this out of the way. And sometimes you need that. I mean, Paramore went on hiatus for like 5 years.
Sometimes you
know?
gotta take a step back for a second. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to be inspired, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm right now I'm in the process of trying to figure out the next niche for the music, because I'm the type of person where it's like, I don't want to be specified as one genre exactly.
Switch it up a little.
Yeah, I like to switch it up. So I'm in the process of like doing some songwriting practicing and just figuring that out. I would like to still book a couple of more shows before the end of the year. So where the band and I are kind of like in the midst of that and figuring out, what we're doing as far as that goes. And then hopefully beginning of next year, we'll get back into songwriting. And I would love for us to go on tour at some point. So maybe sometime next year but yeah, it'd be cool to kind of, just hop in on the festival life, see like other bands, other musicians.
Well, we happen to put on some shows here and there, so
yes.
we might have to reach out and get you guys to come play for us.
Please do. Absolutely.
Are you
We would
going to
love
bring
that.
your Great Dane?
I can. I have two of them.
You've got two of them.
Well, one's a Great Dane and one's a Great Dane Mastiff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're
What
giant,
are
they're
their
giant.
names?
Bailey and Zoe.
I thought you were going to say that's
Wow.
amazing. What the fuck are they?
The small one's 130 pounds. Yeah, so
I love it.
Awesome.
yeah.
No, but that would be great. Yeah, please let us know. That would
Yeah,
be
definitely.
super awesome.
I've been trying to, but it's just so hard to get bands because we have to bring in a sound guy and make sure the sound guy's available that day. And then I book 4 bands, and then within a week, 3 of those bands drop off, and it's a pain in the ass.
I get it. No, it makes
And
sense.
this fucking guy, he just goes, "We're doing a show." Yeah, we're
Wait,
doing
what
a
is
show.
it? Hey, listen, I only missed one.
1 out of the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I was busy.
he was golfing.
Yeah.
Busy
I
training.
wish
his
I
cats.
was. I wasn't, though.
He was busy training cats.
It's the best, though. It's the best.
More like he was being a
adorable.
pussy.
They're like, I love shooting them with my water gun.
That's totally
You know what?
derailed
You
everything.
know what this feels like? This feels like a terrible round of Cards Against Humanity.
Pretty much,
Oh
yeah.
my god, we should totally play that one day on this.
I have like
And
4.
just be like complete total assholes.
I have Cards Against Humanity and all the expansion sets, so you could have fun with
Yeah,
that.
we
We
have
could
our
have
own little
fun.
deck
Could have,
too.
that'll have to be a special episode.
We should do it live.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm down.
Should. You absolutely
down.
should, because this is magic. So I can only imagine what it is live.
You can make it a drinking game. You can do
Oh, yeah,
you can
obviously.
do like a strip poker kind of
No, don't do
Cards
that.
Against Humanity.
All right,
You know
see,
what
we're going
he'd be
back
great?
down
He'd
the-
be great for is remember when we talked about bringing in and having like a band submit a song and just having like a dais of people judge it, almost like a roast style against like here's the band. We're not going to tell
Absolutely.
you who it is or what. Just listen and just roast the fuck out of it. And just bring in like 5 or 6 people and have everybody just fucking shit all over everything.
I think it'll bring in some viewers.
Right?
I do, yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
People love hating.
Probably hate mail, but yeah.
I mean, I'm down. If it gets us more views, I'm down.
Look at these assholes.
I mean, that's what it's all about. The shit like that is what people watch.
That's true.
You know,
That's
you
why I like
get
my
normal stuff
my
where we're like,
trash
yeah, you're
reality
great, your
TV.
music's great, and they're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's true.
Well, if you get me and Collier in here, we'll just sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, that was a good course." Dude, do I go play 18? outta here.
No matter how much you want it to be, it's not a golf podcast.
I know, but I think it would really be a good idea. Music, golf. I have a great idea.
That was it. That was the end of the idea.
Yeah,
Music,
that's it.
golf.
That's all I really need, right?
For like at least a year and a half now, he's been pitching. It's like we got to do a JSMP golf tournament. And I'm
Yes.
like,
Dude, there's so
probably
many
know enough
musicians
people
that play golf.
Musicians that play golf to actually do that, but
See, it would be a good idea.
that's all on me to walk around and get the footage and then edit it and do all that shit. And
Still,
all you're
great
gonna
idea.
do is play golf. All the work is on me.
If you guys do it, can I drive the golf court, the cart?
You-
the
Only
golf
if you
cart?
flip it.
Well, no, you got to be the drink girl.
gotta be the what?
The drink girl, the one that just drives
drink
around,
girl?
that drives around the golf cart with
That'd
the
be a
drinks.
cart girl.
It's like a
Cart
beer.
girl.
That's you.
Yeah, I'd be down.
See?
Will you wear like those tennis courts while you're serving the
Well,
drinks?
you have to wear the costume.
Oh,
I mean,
Gotta wear- and like a
Sure.
what do they have? Like the little collared sweatshirts.
So
I don't know how to explain it. It's like preppy almost.
So I know nothing about golf, but this is what I'm picturing in my head. You know the girls that hold up the rounds in UFC and boxing matches. Like,
I mean, if you want to wear a bikini,
is
you
that
can
what
wear
is that what I need to wear? And then drive the golf course.
I think you feel more than comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good idea.
I mean, at a minimum, a Speedo.
Tube top.
Tube top.
Tube top. Yeah, you could do a tube top.
We were recently on vacation, and I was driving a golf cart for the first time.
Fun, right?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then I had to back up, and I was like, what the fuck do I do? So I got out of the golf cart, and I started pushing and then everyone's like, dude, there's a thing under your seat. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I go under my seat, and I was like, oh, it goes backwards. I had no idea.
That's awesome.
Every
remember,
time
if
it was
you're-
like a speed bump, you're like, speed bump! Speed bump! Everybody speed bump! He's like, I don't know what
because
I'm
everyone's
doing. I
drunk
don't
and
know.
not paying attention. I'm like, listen, I'm going to go into this bump, so I'm just letting you know. Like, there's going to be a bump. Brace yourselves.
Did anybody
It was
bomb
like
out?
wild
No,
horses. running
That would
around.
even have been a better story.
No, nobody was phased by it at all. We're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens. when
Because
you
I
go
was
on
a great
vacation.
driver.
So you sounds to me like you're a good time.
Hey, I try.
He's vibe. He's vibe. For sure.
I don't care what she says about you. I think you're all right.
Just said he's
That's
a
right. You got
vibe.
those emails, right?
You know what?
She's like, I guess I'll bring my husband.
I gave her a chance not to bring me.
Who's gonna play then?
That's true.
I gotta perform. I gotta do give the full effect.
Yeah, we're not. Don't seem like the podcast to be like, yeah, we'll play your CD while you sing to it.
Absolutely not. I would not let that happen.
I don't think we're those type of guys.
I'd be like, it's just not happening.
But I could have
Sorry.
played, and then I could not been in this section. You could have just been, the better looking on the eyes, Natalie Farrell.
You're part of the band, Lou.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
It's our pleasure.
I should write that down. You see how he just weaseled his way in for praise?
Yeah.
I like that.
Very
And he's
good at
smiling too. He's like, yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
What do you mean?
He's like, what happened? I blacked out.
Well, what happened? Shit, did you hit me again?
The tube top was too tight. I
Well, I said, if you are the clerk
it off.
girl, remember, the more cleavage you show, the better the tips.
Yep, that's true. That is true.
So just keep that in mind.
Okay, I know how to go backwards now, though.
Okay, that's
How to
good.
back up.
That's
If
all that
somebody
matters.
yells for Duck,
Yeah.
True.
that'll hurt
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
a lot.
All right. Well, to bring this train home.
You guys, you watched that Larry David episode, that last one?
No.
No? Curb
I don't watch a
Enthusiasm?
lot of TV.
Never really
There was
watched
a
it.
situation with the whole yell.
Don't spoil it for other people who are listening.
Okay.
Fuck them. Go
No
ahead, spoil it.
spoilers.
No, spoil it. Fuck these people.
Well, when you hit the ball, what are you're supposed to yell something, right?
4.
if you're fucking shanking it into people,
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess he hit the ball and didn't yell that, and then
He yelled it, and the person that he was yelling it to was deaf.
oh, that was the gimmick. Yes.
why was there a deaf person out there?
Because he was famous. I don't
He was
know.
some famous
people do whatever they want, whether they can hear or not.
I guess,
don't know.
yeah.
Being able
That is
to hear has
such a
nothing to
great
do with
story.
playing golf.
What?
So being able to hear has nothing to do with playing golf.
You gotta hear for.
What'd you say?
Exactly. Precisely.
It's funny as I did it first, and then I fucking fell for it with you.
Anyway, Curb Your Enthusiasm, great show.
Oh,
Great
that's
show.
nice.
Great show.
Absolutely.
We get a lot of TV show references on here. People bringing up The Sopranos.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah, you're in New Jersey.
Yeah, you're in New Jersey. They're gonna bring it up.
I could safely say I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of The Sopranos.
I didn't up until 3 years ago.
Up until COVID.
When I was forced to watch all the TV.
Yeah, I think we started in COVID, but we didn't finish till last year.
We binged it up until like the last season, I feel like, and then we fell.
And then we stopped for like a good year, and then we
watched
finally.
the most disappointing ending ever.
No, yeah. So I watched it when it was like live, however many years ago. But yeah, she didn't watch it until a few years
I
ago.
was too young.
Yep. I play
She's like, you fucking old people over here.
Goddamn no.
I play Don't Stop Believing a bunch, like on my stupid cover shows and stuff. And I always say, hey, this is for the Soprano fans out there. And if you're familiar with the song, it also stops abruptly, just like the end of The Sopranos. So when the song just stops, everyone's like, "Oh, the song's done." I'm like, "Yeah, just as bad as the ending of The Sopranos."
I remember that was like such an uproar.
Oh yeah.
I do remember my dad losing it in front of the TV. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? It just happened." And I think it was like people used to have like watch parties. I think it was my dad and like all our family friends, and they all completely lost it. They were like, and it was like it was on the news. There was shit. It was quite the show.
Yeah.
Left an impression for sure.
Okay, I gotta ask. I want to hear your guys' worst story at a show.
Worst story.
Because I want to hear, like, I want to see you so fucking mad. I want to see what would happen.
I don't think we really get it. I don't think I
the
get
worst
mad.
stories are normally the best stories.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like
From a
You
show.
had to have had
at a
shitty
show. So like
experience.
something went wrong, something, whatever the fuck. Did you yell at somebody? Yell at a sound man? Yell at a band member? Tell a promoter to go fuck himself? Something.
I'm boring. I think maybe like,
Everybody's got a bad one.
Yeah, come
I
on.
don't know. I really don't know. Do you remember anything?
I mean, not in your band.
Right?
Other bands.
I feel like I think the only thing we had was the sound guy once didn't do the samples on our drummer's earbuds because we play with samples, and my drummer is the only one who hears like the click tracks and stuff. And during our release show, something malfunctioned, and we just like finished the second half of the set like off by like the slightest bit. But I don't remember anything coming out of that besides my drummer being like, "This isn't good, guys. I don't feel confident. I don't like this. I'm warning y'all." Like, I think that's the most that's really happened.
Yeah, no, I don't think Natalie has a lot of dirt.
I might have had a couple of
a terrible situation with her band.
I don't know, fans, like guys come up to me and say inappropriate things, and I'd be like, "You could go fuck yourself. How about that?" And they kind of, but nothing out of the ordinary. I feel like
No, like fucking lead singer like Rage, where you like threw a beer at somebody or something.
Have you heard her music?
Yeah.
the other day, non-music related.
Oh yeah. Okay. What's the last thing you threw at him?
Oh my god!
If it's a frying pan, I love it.
we were out. We had like a day, like we day drank and just hung out. And at the end of the night, we're crossing the street. It's like early actually. It's like 6:30, and we're crossing the street, and we're right on Cookman in Asbury, like downtown Asbury. I'm crossing the street. This car is just coming towards us. Like we're clearly like walking in the middle of the street. This car's not stopping. What I missed was Lou putting the middle finger up to this car because he sees that he's getting closer, and Lou's just like, "Fuck you."
Pedestrians have the right of way. We were in a crosswalk. I wasn't jaywalking.
How'd that work out
So
for
then
you?
the car. So because I missed that, I just see that the car is honking at us now. And I turned and I was like, "Fucking right away! We have the right of way! Screw you! Who are you?" And he's like, "Bah, bah, bah." I was like, "Yeah, fuck you."
There it is. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
And Lou's like, "You did the right thing."
I was like,
"You
that
did
was
the right
awesome.
You did the right thing,
He's like,
Dave. You did the right
we're
thing.
the pedestrians. I was like, "I know we're the pedestrians."
Yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, who does that? Who just starts like saying shit and like blah 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 and trying to hit us?" And I was like, "Yeah, it had nothing to do with me giving them the middle finger."
And then and at the minute,
Sorry you got hit, hon, but I came with the finger first.
the minute he did that, it was like a. What? I was like, I yelled at somebody because of you.
That's awesome.
That's what happens when you're married.
Yep.
Get used to that one.
Oh, that is so good. So good.
I mean, I don't know. That's the latest thing that's probably happened.
Yeah, and I think my Great Dane shitting story is a pretty bad story.
That's pretty good, yeah.
In terms of band related stories.
Yeah, well, I was looking for the anger.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear that rage.
I think my rage was right before we fired that guy. He said something. He was like, "Don't ever talk about my family like that again at a rehearsal." I was like,
Fuck
Don't
you and
fucking
dad
bring your
too.
family to rehearsal.
I twitching, and I was like, "I'm gonna lose it on this guy." I was like, "This guy has no idea what he's doing to me right now."
She's like, fuck that guy and his dad too.
Sorry, COVID.
So what about you guys? Where's all the rage from your? You must have a rage story
Yeah,
for you to
any-
ask
any
us for our rage
terrible-
story.
I can't. It's not about me.
Okay.
Isn't it your show?
I see where
Yeah, but it's
you're all
for you
going
guys.
with this.
Like once I threw my Les Paul at somebody
Nice.
off stage.
Did it break?
Yeah.
Head stuck?
What?
Head stuck?
No, it landed face first. It's fixed.
What about you?
I got a couple. I mean, there's a very well-known establishment that we talked about before we went on the air with this, and I played there, and I handed the man a whole lot of money. He said, "I'll be right back with your cut," and he came back like 45 minutes later with nose full of white stuff, and he's like, "Here's your money. Oh, by the way, I know you're supposed to be right before the headliner, but you're going to be first."
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
We left.
You didn't play?
No.
Good.
No, we left.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all our people weren't showing up for like another hour.
Yeah,
so.
I would have done the same exact thing.
we left.
100%. Good move.
Yeah.
I've been like, enjoy your ski trip.
Oh, I see what you did there.
But I got screamed at by this the sound guy at Starland because I smashed my guitar on stage while it was plugged in. Yeah.
I flicked my cigarette at a bouncer off stage when you were still allowed to smoke on stage. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when you used to also like put the cigarette in your headstock, like slashing?
See, I never did that.
You never did.
I never, because I never wanted to burn the headstock.
Yeah,
I still threw the guitar,
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say.
I didn't want to burn the
Yeah,
headstock.
Makes sense. I'd be a little neurotic too.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
the
I
best
asked
move.
my buddy, I'm like, can you like make that go away? Some like surface cracks and sunburst. I kind
It's
of
the
want
end of
that to
it.
go away. Fuck the back, I don't care. It's
Yeah,
the front.
exactly.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we'll give you guys the same question we give everybody on their way
We
out of
didn't
here.
talk about anything about the music scene.
Maybe this is the win here.
I think so.
You just
You
What
guys,
do you want to know about the music scene?
well, his last question is about the music scene, but we didn't talk about it at all.
Oh,
There was too much other stuff to talk about.
I had a very fun time tonight.
It was a good. I said I
had
don't know
to
why you're
really
complaining.
think to get those words out of my mouth.
I thought it was a great one. I don't know why
thought
you're
so, too.
complaining.
I'm not complaining.
You sounds like to me like you're complaining.
You're so stupid.
I thought it was a good vibe. This was a good time, and
All right. Well,
it's a lot of
You
nonsense.
want to do
there's-
shots?
I'm always here for shots. Do not tempt me.
only if you have like a shot ski.
I got a
shot
1958 bottle of Crown Royal.
This is how we should end the podcast. You want to go get it?
Can we please?
I mean,
Can we,
that's
Dad?
That's
Can
on
we
you.
please?
If you guys want to take shots, that's on you.
So we're gonna take shots of something that's really old.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
drink. I don't drink. I don't drink whiskey. So
That's
Yeah,
okay. That's okay. No
pretty much.
worries.
Oh, yeah.
Should we?
go do your thing. I'll ask them my question while you go
Yeah,
do your
because I don't
thing.
even care about
Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about you
shit
anyway.
about it.
Just go drink.
My
right.
mom cannot watch this podcast.
So, for the final question we give everybody.
Sorry, Nydia.
If there's one thing you could change about the local music scene, just one singular thing, what would it be and why?
That's a good,
Not like
good
this to do this
That's
to
a
do
good
this.
question.
Just
Yeah.
one singular aspect that you could change. What would it be and why? You don't have to raise your hand. You can just talk.
No, I have to raise my hand.
Oh my God, I'm not a brutal person.
I won't let her yell at you, okay? This is a safe place.
So speaking of safe places, one thing I would change is I would allow people to not wear clothes.
Really?
Yep. And why? Because it would be way more fun.
You're just colonies.
Yep.
I don't think she agrees with you.
Doesn't have to.
Just by that look.
I mean, whatever floats your boat. I actually expect nothing less coming out of your mouth, so it's fine.
How much more interesting would shows be if clothing was optional, right?
I mean,
Come on.
there's
I mean, that could be good or it could be bad.
yeah, I agree.
You're gonna be a little bit more selective about the shows you go to, then I guess.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. All right, fine. Cut it out if it's not funny. I thought it was gonna be funny. Jeez.
No, I'm gonna leave that in just so you can see the look she gave me.
I don't know what I would.
I totally forgot about this fucking thing today.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be boom, 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 da, 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 or Larry David.
Oh, nice. Back
That's
to
what I
Larry
thought
David.
it was gonna be. What would I change about the music scene?
You want to
Could
do
be
the shot
anything.
first? Like,
Should I?
yeah, you should.
Where'd you
No,
We're
you guys going to
splitting
share.
it.
I
We're
put
splitting
extra
it.
in your guys.
Oh, wait, I have one.
Oh, you have a cup? Oh, then
yeah.
split it.
Split it up. Yeah, maybe I should. Take
We've
Yeah,
gotten,
take the
like-
shot before you do that.
I mean, we've gotten some crazy answers like all over the place on this question. It makes people think.
What
Stop talking. Stop talking.
Shut your
Stop
mouth.
talking. Cheers.
So you ask everybody this question?
Everybody.
Yes, we do.
Cheers to that.
Like we've gotten ones where it's like, I know you guys are more Monmouth County, but like
It's really good.
It is really
Name
good, right?
name one venue in Ocean County, the entire county,
In Ocean County?
Yeah.
Or like Atlantic City and stuff?
like to where you are now, Ocean County. There's not one.
I mean, there's Atlantic City.
Yeah, but that's Atlantic County.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you're
That's
right.
45 minutes south of here.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. You got me on that one.
Yeah. You know the usual.
So that's what you would change?
No, I'm saying some of the ones we've gotten, like, some people are like, fuck pay to play.
I said burn it down, start over.
That's a good one.
Burn what? Start over?
Burn the whole thing down.
Everything.
And
The
start
whole
over.
thing. The whole scene.
Start
Burn
over.
it all down and start over.
Cleanse it.
I mean, it would come back just as bad as it is now, though.
It'd be a different
maybe,
bad, though.
maybe not. You never know.
Okay.
Don't know till you try.
Yeah, it's a risk you're taking for sure.
So it'd be a more different bad.
I mean, it's never fun for pay to play, but I don't feel like you get that as much in Asbury as you would in like New York. New York is pay to play, and you're paying tolls and going like that's just annoying. But
It'll cost you like $47 just to get there.
yeah, and then that's all you get paid. It's like, oh, there goes my tolls and stuff. Okay, cool. Sometimes I can't even get paid enough to pay my band out.
Yeah, I feel like most bands that are commuting to New York City to play, they know they're losing money.
Yeah,
You know?
100%. But with Asbury, it's really hard because I don't know if it's really the music scene. It's Asbury right now. I mean, there's so much change happening that it's almost like they're pushing out the people who made it what it is today, and that's the musicians.
She sounds like me.
And
this?
I know why they're doing it, but it's a shame. It really, really bothers. It pisses me the fuck off, to be honest with you, because it's like we did this for you. We gave you what you have now, and why you can do what you want to do now. And there's nothing.
But
in
that was then.
response.
That was then. What are you
Exactly.
doing for me now?
Exactly. Well,
That's the whole thing.
we're still playing those shows. We're still getting you those ticket sales.
While
We're
they're
still like,
while they're still there, yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I would tell some of the younger bands, like, I used to play the Saint and the Stone Pony, where if you walked half a block from the venue, you were probably going to get fucking jumped and stabbed.
Yeah,
And
of
beat the fuck up. And
I remember playing the Saint and walking and having and I was never a part of it, but I'd have friends that were coming to the show would walk down Main Street to go to a pizza place, right? And it's like even though it's on the same block, like they would get jumped and robbed,
yeah.
and like their
people
walls
talk
would be
about, like,
gone.
oh, we were on Cookman Ave. And I'm like, I remember when you used to go down Cookman Ave, there was like burning barrels with junkies around them standing in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's drastically
Dude, so
different.
before I was able to drive, I was playing shows at the Saint and stuff, and my dad would drive me, and he tells me still to this day, he's like, dude, like, you didn't have to stop at red lights because nobody would pull you over because it was dangerous. So
Yeah.
if you were rolling through red lights, it's because of your
Get the fuck
safety,
outta
not
here.
because you were being an asshole driver.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
definitely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's why it's not that anymore. I mean, you got your musician. We really like gave you a home to kind of come home to, if that makes sense. Like for
Well, that's the way it's
No,
like the
you
cycle of
you
things.
attracted millionaires to come, and then now you bother them.
The place
so now
becomes
you
a
have to go.
shithole, and then
Yeah.
the artists move in because it's cheap and it's a shithole, and the artists revitalize the place, and then all these rich people are like, "Ooh, that looks like a really cool place now." And
Exactly.
then the money
Thanks,
comes
this is
in,
ours, get
and
out.
Everybody else gets forced
that's
out.
kind of how
Well,
it works. But I can't even say like it's just. I mean, it's other
not just
places too.
Asbury,
It's not just
yeah.
No,
Asbury.
it's
I'm
not.
just a little
I
bit
called
bitter
it 10
because
years
it's-
because Seaside.
It's exactly, but for me, I guess I'm taking it more personally because it's like
That's your home
where
base, yeah.
that's my home base. That's where I debuted all of my music. That's where the local music community kind of came together and really supported each other. It's the only music community that I've ever been in that has supported each other the way they did throughout all of these years. Like when I first came into the scene, nobody really knew what I was capable of. And then they said, why don't you hop on this bill with me? Why don't you do this show with me? And then before I knew it, I was like doing 90s New Year's at the Stone Pony. I got to play the Stone Pony for the
Yeah.
first time. Wonder Bar, the Saint.
And next thing you know, you have 100 friends.
Yeah,
You're
you
like,
have-
where'd all these friends come from? Oh, because it's everybody just hanging out doing the same
Yeah.
thing you're doing.
And because of that, and because of how great the community was, like I eventually got offered to play PNC and open for Sammy Hagar and George Thorogood. Like you don't get opportunities like that with a community that doesn't really support you. It's really the people that do support you. And I think that's what these people coming in and taking over fail to recognize, like, this is our lives. I fell in love in Asbury Park. I created music in Asbury Park. I discovered who I am as an artist and as a person in Asbury Park. And I get it. This is the way of the world. I'm just a sensitive person and want to throw that out there. Like,
but then they're gonna jack up your rent.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna jack up your rent. Yeah, exactly. They're like, that's so nice.
Let me
I'm so
just
sorry.
shine a little light onto this. Okay, so like, yes, okay, you did all this stuff in Asbury and stuff, and you know, we were talking about the fishbowl. Well, do you really want to be in that small fishbowl, or is this a sign for you to go, hey, wait a minute, I need to start moving out and start moving around and getting other people?
I'm really, really glad you said that, because
why be a big fish in a very small pond?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's why this year we stepped out of our comfort zone. We played our first New York show. We played Jersey City, White Eagle Hall. We've really expanded out of it. It's just nice to have home base to come back to, if that makes sense. It's not like I want to stay there.
Maybe it's the wake-up call that you need, because I don't know what you aspire to do, but I don't know too many A&R guys. They're going to go, I'm going to go to Asbury and check out this band.
No, I get it.
They
Definitely.
really are.
Well, we started thinking about exactly what you said maybe almost 2 years ago. We were like, hey, we got to get out of the fishbowl, kind of. So it's nothing that like we didn't think about. We've thought about that. Again, it's just the thought process of not even just for us, for new musicians growing into this community, for them in the future. It's no longer about just me and the people I grew up with in that music scene. It's the future generations.
And ones that are going to keep it going.
But the future generations will know nothing, but let's say you actually do something outside of the fishbowl.
I think we're talking about two different things, though. We're talking about like business acumen, and we're talking about like a local community of musicians that support one another. Yeah. So I think like being in the Asbury music scene, I think everybody is very supportive of one another. Mm-hmm. And if you're, you know, coming from a place where like maybe your home life sucks, or maybe you don't have a lot of friends, or like maybe you're just looking for something to do, you will meet people in Asbury that think like you, that have the same ideas and like the same music as you. And it's a community base, like, and the community takes care of the community. And I think that's a great thing.
That is a great thing. But I think it expands so much more beyond that.
But why do you want to sit there?
But what you're talking about is business acumen, where it's like, okay, well, once you check the boxes, cool. Stone Pony, check. You know what I mean? Like, Wonder Bar, check. House of Independence, check. You know, once you start checking all the boxes, and you're like, oh, I've played all these venues. To your point, then it's like,
it's time to get out of the fishbowl.
It's like, okay, well, what are we doing? Let's move on.
It's cool to have a community. I love that it's a community.
Definitely.
But what is that doing?
But don't get stuck there.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck there.
Like, it's cool to have friends, but
no, I know, and that makes 100% sense. Again, we've thought about that already. Like, you're right on point with that. I'm thinking more of like, take the business aside. Like, there's just like, we have our own like group chat, and it's like over 300 like musicians in the chat, and there's things to do with each other. There's, like he said, like, you need somebody to hang out with, or you don't want to be home. There's that place, and that is disappearing now for the musicians. Aside from the business aspect, there's a home that you could call, there's a base that you could call home as the musicians there. And I feel like that's slowly disintegrating. And then it's like, well, now we have to get up and find a new home. Like, that sucks. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Well, like I said, too, it's all cyclical, because like me and him, we've been playing Asbury for a long time, and I've been predominantly like heavy bands, metal bands, stoner rock, and things of that nature. And Asbury was that place for me from like 2006 to about 2011, and then like I told you before, it's almost impossible to find a show if you're that kind of music anymore. Yeah. You know, so right. It's cyclical. Like, that's your home now. Like, I was that before, before that community you're talking about. Yeah. It was there in a totally different genre of music. Yeah. And then you said it slowly just dissipates and withers away.
Fair. Yeah. It's rough. But you know what? I guess that's life, right?
We tell all the younger bands.
Yeah,
we tell all the younger bands the best thing you could do is play your home base, but get the fuck out of here.
It really comes down to what you want to do,
especially when you're young.
You're 100% right about that.
Everywhere and anywhere you can. If you can drive to Michigan and play a show, go fucking drive to Michigan and play a show.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, we're at the point. My guitar player, he's out in Boston almost every few weeks now. Some of us know, like, it's time to get out of the fishbowl, and we definitely want to make our way out too. Hence again, we played New York this year, we did Jersey City, and we'd like to kind of keep going down that route. What
Well, it's a.
But you asked what we could change about Asbury music scene, so that's
It doesn't have to be specifically Asbury, just
he never
anywhere
said
local.
Asbury.
Just anywhere local.
Just said music scene.
Yeah, he just said the music scene.
Got it.
See, but and as to what you were saying with community, that's our main goal with this podcast is to try to rebuild some, because especially I know when I was growing up, there was a big music community around, like gigantic, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
So we're trying to build
right.
it. So like I tell people when you like, you know, your episode comes out, I'll share it with you guys, tag you, you know, do the whole collaborator.
Yeah.
So you get one of your fans to listen to your episode. Then the next time they sign on YouTube, we have like 60 something bands on our podcast now. So next time they go on YouTube, it's going to recommend them some other band they might not have ever seen before that we've had on. And then they're going to discover something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just that natural and organic way to just get all these bands to, you know, work with each other without ever even being in the same room.
100%. No, that's brilliant, to be honest. I mean, that's the best way to do it. If you're talking regular local music scene, what is the best way to continue to expand on every musician out here? And you're right on point with that right now.
I know what I would change.
Social media is the devil. Oh.
I would just have
Putting
more
clothes back on people?
Yes, we'll put the clothes back on people.
We'll take off the pants and switch it to shorts. Maybe
to
some
shorts.
tank
Or
tops.
jorts.
Tank top, tube top, we'll work with that.
Let's bring back all the music venues, right? Why is it only Asbury Park?
Because I can tell you the exact reason why all these venues are closing and why they're not opening
It
back
was
up.
rhetorical. It was what I wish. Don't kill my
insurance.
dream.
That I've actually had people approach me about opening venues, but it's insurance. It's insane.
Well, that's what I would
It's
change.
insane.
I would
Get rid of
change
insurance.
that.
Yeah.
Fuck insurance.
I think in general, New Jersey itself, it's just,
Out of control.
it's... I could go into a deep rabbit hole.
Let's not go into that deep
Yeah,
of a
we don't
rabbit
have to
hole.
go. We don't have to go that far. But like
We already have to deal with
just
this rabbit hole in
everything
November.
surrounding Jersey, financially, inflation, this and that, blah blah. I could, that plays a huge role in why so many things are changing.
Yeah,
The
but when I
dynamics are
was like
changing.
a teenager, there were so many music venues, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm thankful.
They were everywhere.
And the reason why I live in Asbury Park is because of the music scene and the music venues. But like, that was everywhere. That wasn't just a microcosm of Asbury Park.
I know.
Now it's just like a microcosm of Asbury Park.
Based
But
on,
it used to
the
be
East
everywhere.
Coast.
Yeah.
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 Well,
said,
I mean, people could say the same who live in New York. We just don't see it because we
That's true, too.
haven't really climbed out of the fishbowl yet.
But New York still has a ton of venues.
They do.
See, that's the
Oh,
thing
yeah,
is,
they
like,
do.
every
They really do.
spot has its fishbowl. You got to be able to jump from one to the other, to the other, and
Exactly.
keep grabbing fish from each
Yeah.
one.
And
you know?
I get it. It's hard to make money
It is.
and pay bills and stuff like
Well, that's
that.
the hardest, especially since streaming has become a thing. It's almost
but you don't
impossible
have to
make
be a
money as
music
musician.
venue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can
$1.17
do so
last
many
month.
other things. Your place can do multiple things. Music venue could be just one of the multiple things you do to generate income, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like those places, like sometimes they want to be cool and they're like, yeah, I want to have bands. And then you're like, okay, cool. Here's $50. And it's like, well, for $50, I can't just bring a bunch of people and like bring my band and my equipment and provide the PA system. So there are people out there that have avenues like different buildings, different retailers, different whatever, right? Mom pop shops. They want to be like, cool, let's have music. Let's try to do it. And I respect that and I love that. But then it's like, sometimes the execution isn't there because they think, oh, well, aren't you just going to bring everything?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Or
well,
that-
I could
that
bring
one
everything, but I
person
can't
gets
do that
hurt
for
and
free.
you're out of business.
It's like,
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. One
It's as
person
easy
gets
as
hurt,
that.
you're out of business, and most people won't even take that chance.
No.
yeah.
That's why we
Absolutely
love Manafurkin Brewery, because they let us do whatever the hell we want down there.
And they have insurance.
And they do.
And great beer.
And great beer, yes. That they do.
Do they have insurance?
But yeah, that's what I would change. I would love for New Jersey to have it be easier if I'm a business owner to throw more shows safely
Safely.
Yeah.
and not lose a bunch of fucking money.
No, that's a good point. I second that 100%. Yeah, it's
Nice. So that's a better answer than
Well, I
having
think
people
part of
take
that
off all
too
their
is you
clothes.
have to get the right people in
Yes.
charge of booking it and promoting it. Because
Yeah.
number one, promoting it is more than just posting something on social media.
Yeah.
And two, you have to treat the bands right, because
Yeah.
you could have the greatest
100%.
venue in the world if like Starland. You walk in and you give them $5,000 and they pay you back like $300.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
You have to be educated too, and I feel
Yes.
like that's like such a blanket statement that I could make on when it comes to anything. But it's like small business owners that are opening up like a coffee shop or an ice cream shop in whatever town. They're like, oh, I want to have live music. That person doesn't know what it actually takes to have live music.
Yeah,
but
no.
nobody teaches them
But
that.
if you
So they're
want-
like,
yeah, if
what
you
do you
want
mean I
live
can't hire
music-
you to do everything for $50? It's like, well, because that's
no.
not how this works. But they don't know that because that's not the business they're in.
Well,
and, you know?
No offense, do the research if you want that. We do the research. I didn't know how to promote myself. I didn't know how to like go through all these hoops and loops to promote EP release shows and put myself out there for other venues to book me and this and that, but I figured it out. If you're a business, do some of the work.
Yeah.
Go in, look into it. And nothing against the businesses, but like if you want that, like you have to really factor that in, because after a while it takes a toll on us as artists. The amount of times I have built the bill on my own for the venue or the place that I'm performing, did all these things with promotion, paid out of my pocket, blah, 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 blah. And then there were other shows like White Eagle Hall that were like, you're covered. We got the promotions for you. We got like the green room. We got this. We got that. We got the sound guy. All you got to do is post here and there, do a couple of stories, but like you're covered. And they took great care of us. There's like,
well, I said it depends on who's running it.
Exactly.
Well, I was just about to say, my wine has now drained out, and the whiskey is now filled in. So let me play devil's advocate to you. Okay. So as a business owner, that doesn't need live music. It just seems like maybe let's try that to do it. What incentive are you going to do to sell my ice cream?
What do you mean by that? Like,
I just want you here to bring more people for me. I don't care about you. I don't.
Yep. Well, you should be
Okay.
transparent about that and have
Yes.
a conversation with the people that you're hiring.
Okay,
from
So
your
you let
location.
to us right off the bat.
What businessman is going to sit there and be transparent? And I just said businessman. Okay, so we all know how transparent they are. It is, well, all right.
then-
Yeah,
Well, then
I would love to have you play my
Then
plays.
don't have live music.
Yeah.
No, but
don't
I'd
have
love
live
to have
music.
you play my plays because
So then I'll be transparent with you and say, are you looking for this, this, and this? Like, what are you looking for ultimately at the end of the day? If you say just for you to bring in more people, cool. Do you expect me to do this, this, and this? If so, are you compensating me for that? No, I'm not. Okay, bye.
okay, and actually, and you're totally fair and right to say that. But I'd also be like, cool, next.
That's fine.
And that's
Because
the worst
I'm
part. But that's the worst part is we are expendable now.
Yeah, and there's always
That's
some
what
sucker
I'm
that
getting
will
at.
do
Is
it.
we are expendable.
Can I give another answer? You totally inspired me.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, so
Can I answer it truthfully?
yes.
Okay, cool.
So if I could change one thing in the music
No-
industry,
no hate, by
in
the way.
music
Oh
industry
no,
right
no,
now,
wait.
I
Just
would-
whiskey. Yeah, go.
Just whiskey.
people that aren't playing seriously, right? That's just as a hobby for fun. I have my full-time day job. I'm gonna book a gig here and there because it's cool and I feel like that's like I like doing this for fun. That's fine. There's a time and a place for that. Do not play for free. Do not play for $50. There needs to be some sort of
a standard.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
standard's gone,
what
though.
happens
Yeah.
is
But it's gone.
those venues that you're those businessmen in their business suits that you're talking about that have their storefronts. They're like, well, of course, fuck you, Natalie Farrell. This person's going to play for free.
But that's
and
the
they're
whole
going to
thing.
bring all their family and their friends and their kids, and that's fucking it up for everybody.
So
the other problem is
in my answer to that a long time ago that I've used, where burn it the fuck down, doesn't that seem a lot better because you will now get rid of all of that?
no, why? They're still going to play for free.
No, because if you burn it down and they learn,
How are they going to learn? Just because we burn it?
yeah.
But how do
No,
we
I'm
burn it
saying
with
the
those?
whole industry of the way the music business is and everything else.
Yeah.
You have to start over. It's like Lord of the Flies.
Oh, you're right, definitely.
So-
But I feel like that's life in general.
See, but
we
even
all
like-
got to start over at some point.
But you can't,
No, I
can't
get
start
it.
over without
But-
educating people.
Yeah,
but
that's-
take like the cover scene for
But
example.
why educate?
You had cover
Change.
bands. You had cover bands that were like finally getting to the point where like, all right, this is what we're worth.
Yeah.
You want us to play? You're paying us $600-800 a night. So the club owner's answer to that was, all right, we're not booking full bands anymore. We're only doing solos and duos, and we're still only going to give you $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that standard came, and the clubs were like, okay, if you're going to do that, we're going to do this.
But what I'm telling you is, I know because I'm in group chats with these people who get offered shows, and sometimes it's worth me taking the show here and there. Sometimes it's not. But I'm on these like basically these chats and these email chains, and I will see shows get offered, play 4 hours, $50. And people say yes. And I'm like, these motherfuckers that are saying yes, they're ruining it for everybody.
That's the whole thing is like this. There's two different standards. So we need to get rid of that.
Yeah. But the
Up
question
here,
is how?
down here. I'm
There's
saying
no simple answer.
all the way up
There's
to
no
New
simple
York,
answer, yeah.
all the way down to Atlantic City, and in between.
Yeah.
Fucking level it.
Start
Let
to
all these
filter.
places go out of business.
But
Let 'em.
how do you level it? Because the dude who works on Wall Street that has a $20,000 guitar, he knows how to play 3 chords, is going to say yes to that fucking show for free.
Yeah, but they're also not going to play these like stupid places like fucking.
Well, you have a platform here. It's time to put it on blast. Stop fucking it up for us. Just say it every episode now.
I mean, we do
Maybe
Cranston Dean's TikTok all the time, so I guess we can do that.
Cranston Dean.
He came out here. He's like, I hate TikTok. Blah blah. So we have campaigned ever since for everybody that hears this. Start a Cranston Dean TikTok for him. We want like 50 of them. Just blow him the fuck up.
I love him.
He would be so confused. He'd be like, "What is
What's happening?"
He's such a great dude, though.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah. We
is.
know Cranston.
Oh,
pretty
we love
well,
Cranston. Yeah, Cranston's from the days that I used to go to the open mics. That's how I met Fern.
He
Cranston was in that
He
crowd.
might have the best answer to that final question ever.
What was his answer?
His answer was, "Stop telling people they're good if they suck."
Yeah,
That's a great answer.
That's a great
so
answer.
true.
If you go see your friend play and they're terrible, don't be like, "That was great, man." You're like, "Dude, you fucking suck. You need
fucking
to
suck.
practice more."
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I
Bands do
agree.
that to other bands too all the time.
Oh my God,
Just
yeah.
because you're on a bill with each other, you gotta tell each other you're fucking great. It's like, dude, like no, like that was not great.
No, if I didn't think you were great, I usually either leave the venue, but by the time you get off stage, or I'm nowhere near them. I'm just like,
It's like you want to be
Gotta go.
courteous, but you can't like blow up someone's ego.
Well,
It's like, dude, if you're
Would
not
you be
good, you're
scared
not
if you
good.
left that the other bands are like, well, this fucking bitch just left,
I
like
just don't have it in
snobby ass
me.
musician. Oh wait, we want a community, but we still backstab each other over and over and over again.
no, that's
What was your answer just 10 seconds ago?
I'm saying
In all fairness, I've never seen her actually do that.
If that was the case, that somebody actually, because most of the people we've performed with, or we've been on the same bill with, or we go and support, they're fucking good. They're really good. I'm saying if that was the case, yes, I'd be out. I'd be like, Irish goodbye.
Oh, dude, I've done this so many times.
Pull the old Irish exit right up.
Yeah.
And I would
Exactly.
lie to the next band. Dude, it sounded great. I was in the back, but like, dude, it sounded great.
No,
So
I
fucking
if I got
dumb.
nothing good to say, I don't say it at all. However, maybe I should be more open minded and be like,
You're a little pitchy.
go home and fix that.
There's nice ways and polite ways to put it, you know?
Yeah, definitely,
Like maybe you should fucking fire your bass player, or fire your drummer, or fire your guitar player.
100%. No,
Do
it
it.
makes sense, definitely.
All right, well, thank you
So
guys
wait a
for
minute.
coming.
If I put your vocal on auto tune, it's a little pitchy. Can I tell you?
That's okay.
Oh, okay.
I know I am. I'm fully aware of it.
No, you're not. You sounded great.
We
Trust
ain't-
me.
we ain't robots.
We ain't robots. I know when I'm
Not
flat. Not yet.
We're gonna fix that.
That's the one thing we
Oh
have.
yeah. What about AI? Well, hold on. What about AI? What do you
Then
AI
I
to
really
you
gotta hit
guys?
the bathroom after this guy.
Hey, I feel like AI can be like any,
3 hours. What do you mean again?
You know what AI is? The internet.
Yeah.
That's it.
But,
It's like, do you remember?
dude, it's such a huge
I'm not
thing
going
right
to
now.
tell you that I think I know how old you are. I know how old I am. And
Okay.
I remember when the internet started and that was a thing and everyone freaked the F out and they were like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And now look at it.
Well, I'm just saying,
Same
there's,
shit's going to happen with AI.
in the past year, there's a one person that has put out 897 songs in the past year,
With AI.
all completely 100% generated by AI.
Are they any good?
The guy makes millions of dollars.
But are the songs any good?
I don't know. I didn't actually.
course they
Doesn't
are. They
matter.
were
He just
fucking
said
AI
makes millions of
generated.
Well, then there you
Millions of
go.
dollars, more than, and they did this all within a year.
You know what else is
One-
good?
1 year.
Pornhub.com.
Right.
If you got the right category.
She's like, all right, we're gonna stop now.
I'm just saying
can't
it's
be
all
part of this.
relative. I'm just saying
I don't
it's
know
all
where I go
relative.
from here.
And
Maybe
off
it's
the
time I
rails
go to
we
the
go.
bathroom.
See, we jump on the rails, we jump off the rails.
Take a turn here. Take a turn there.
All right, well, before we get out of here, shout out to our sponsors, Metaphorica Brewery in Stafford Township, Low Fidelic Records on Main Street in Belmar, and TrueNewJersey.com. We'll
Yeah.
have a code in the description for 10% off your order. Thank you guys for coming.
Yes, thank you. It was a
for
lot of fun.
This was great. This is great.
Thank you for putting up
Be
with
sure
me.
to check them out. We'll put some things in the description, links and their ats and whatnot.
Okay, where are you guys?
Yeah, we're
I know it's
like I
social
said,
media, but where?
Spotify, iTunes, and all that good stuff on as far as our music goes.
Yeah, I'm at Lou Panico. You're at Natalie Farrell, but it's spelled a little different.
Yeah, because fucking last Natalie Farrell, she doesn't even use the account anymore. Calling you out.
I feel that.
Right?
Well, no, I'm really
you're
a nice
not
person.
utilizing your page. You're not utilizing your page. Give it to me, and I'm not going to pay you for it. Just close your account.
Yeah.
Call it a day. Anyway, it's Natalie with 2 E's _Farrell. I'm mostly on Instagram, but you could also check me out on Natalie Farrell Music on Facebook. You could find my link tree on my Instagram bio as well to get all the details, music videos, music, etc., etc.
YouTube. You're on the tube.
The YouTube is on the link tree. I'm on the YouTube under Natalie Farrell Music. And we're done.
And you can find us at JSM Podcast.
Can you?
And to your point, on Instagram, 1 week before we started our Instagram, somebody else started a podcast that was JSM Podcast. So only on Instagram, we're at JSM underscore podcast.
Fucking underscore,
I
man.
hate
And
that
they
shit.
only posted once
Have you
and
messaged
never
them?
touched it again.
Have you ever messaged them?
I've messaged them. I've reported their profile at least 700 times.
Doesn't matter.
They don't reply back?
Nope.
They don't reply
They've
back.
made one post in 2020 and haven't done anything since.
Unbelievable.
Maybe. No, I'm not.
Nope,
gonna- I'm
we're
not
cutting
gonna-
this
I'm
off.
not gonna
I
get
gotta
dark.
go to the bathroom. I love you guys.
Thank you guys. Where's my sound, man?
I don't know.
And we're out.
That's a.
All right, this last one is called Mantra, off of our latest EP, Mantra. And you can check it out on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all that good stuff. And of course, right here, live right now. I need to breathe, I'm on my knees. I did 3 shows and 4 rehearsals in a week. Don't tell me that I faked it, I got too motivated. I got more passion to keep working when I test my patience. Growing my looks and my self-care books. How'd I get so strong and so misunderstood? Won't pick up my phone even if I could. I stayed in and embraced womanhood. I'm a motherfucking boss, bitch. All day, that's my mantra. Got a little sassy when you're acting with your drama. Truth is, there's nothing that I'm not always on top of. I'm a bad bitch boss, babe, that's my mantra. Aligned in my chakras. Got a little sassy when you ask me, not a problem. Truth is, there's nothing that I'm not always on top of. I'm a bad bitch boss, babe. I know I seem a bit extreme. When I'm drunk, I might be tempted, but don't call my exes, won't even text. Got too much respect. I got far ahead without pretending to stay with the friendship. Insecurities and liabilities. That just feels like the millennial in me. Hustle like a queen, call me royalty. If I talk, I promise that's a treat. Cause I've always been a boss bitch. All day, that's my mantra. Got a little sassy when you're acting with your drama. Truth is, there's nothing that I'm not always on top of. I'm a bad bitch boss, hey, that's my mantra. Aligned in my chakras. Got a little sassy when you ask me, not a problem. Truth is, there's nothing that I'm not always on top of. I'm a bad bitch boss, babe, I got my mantra. Give me good karma, I've been so namaste. The sage and stardust, the stage and stardom, the things that keep me sane. I know my mantra, give me good karma, I've been so namaste. The stage and stardust, the stage and stardom, the things that keep me sane. I'm a motherfucking boss bitch. All day, that's my mantra. Got a little sassy when you're acting with your drama. Truth is, there's nothing that I haven't been on top of. I'm a bad bitch boss, babe, that's my mantra. Aligned in my chakras. Got a little sassy when you ask me, not a problem. Truth is, there's nothing that I'm not always on top of. I'm a bad bitch boss, babe, that's my mantra. Aligned in my chakras. Thank you.
Bye.